Oh, look who decided to come to dinner.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Wait, no, I haven't. This is my goddamn motherfucker now. You goddamn son of a bitch.
Man, look, let me tell you about these motherfucking M&Ms.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we straight to that thing. Fuck that introduction shit. I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm straight to that thing. Let me tell you about these motherfucking M&Ms. So, nigga, I got a big family size bag of peanut butter M&Ms. I done had it for a little minute, so I've been working on it. I'm down to about 10% of the bag left, right?
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm first handful, Gucci, dropping them bitches. Second handful, I'm like, a couple of them tasted funny. It's good, I ain't gonna worry about it. Third handful, a couple more of them boots tasted funny. Dug back up in that thing one more time. This time I caught one because it looked like it was trying to like escape out my hand. You ain't going nowhere, bitch. And I seen a little, like, it had a little gritty feel to that one. I said, hold on. These M&Ms might be a little old.
That motherfucker got tattoos on it. Tastes like.
And I was like,
how else am I know if I don't taste it?
Hey, threw that boy back.
Essentially.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's peanut butter M&Ms. Man, they're the best M&Ms ever made.
I don't think they're gonna ever make no better ones because you can't make better peanut butter M&Ms. So
oh my God,
that's it right there.
Them bitches is on point. So nigga, smoke me a little cigarette because you know after a nice little hefty snack like that, then you gotta go ahead and smoke something.
Okay, I'm on.
Smoke me a little cigarette. Went on Pandora. Threw on one of the little rail stand-ups, one of his classics. I felt I was in the mood, you know what I'm saying? Wanted to hear that nigga crack some jokes. Laugh myself straight to sleep.
Off the little rail. Okay.
Off the little rail. Straight to sleep.
That's interesting because some people actually didn't find little rail stand-ups like interesting to them. So
shit, man, I've been liking Lil Rail since he was on One Man Standing, that Martin one he had back in 2008.
I think I know what you're talking about. I want to say
it was 2008.
I did watch his show Real, the first season.
That was good too. And so, nigga, about 10 minutes into this cozy, comatose slumber I'm in, nigga, I gets to choking. I'm talking about like, woke up and threw up water.
Talking about with your chest, with your body.
Nigga threw up water all on the side of the bed. Then I just threw my little comfortable cover on. Cause I'm like, man, I'm not sleeping with two covers on. This is too hot for that shit.
Right.
Nigga threw up all on that cover and flow. Man, anyway, so like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I said, them goddamn little dude tried to kill me.
What the
She was
fuck?
like, when you was asleep, like, did you swallow wrong? I said, nigga, I shouldn't have been swallowing at all if I was asleep. I was like, nigga, was I snoring?
Yeah. You probably should have asked her, did you go to sleep without finish chewing the rest of them? Nigga? Did you just say fuck it and said, I'm going to let these bitches rest down my throat?
Because them motherfuckers, nigga.
When you coughed them up, was they whole? Or did they seem like they just melted?
I just blamed it on them.
What?
On the M&M's. Because that was all water. Oh, that was all water came up out of me.
You just choking like a damn dope addict, man.
Man.
So you got to lay on your side from now on.
Because I damn sure was on my back there. I was like, nigga, I'm drowning.
Help! About to start calling for the lifeguard and shit.
Man, I couldn't deal with it. I don't know what the fuck that was. And then I was like, nigga, I ain't even drank today.
Yes, you looking to blame the liquor for it.
I was trying to anything. Hey, this is a little case I had Amazon make for me.
It's a phone case.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this shit's straight.
Man, that's a nice ass quality for $10.
I was just about to say, it's a nice quality. They probably can't see it up there. Beep. You can't see it, but oh shit.
I'll try to find a way to zoom it in.
Right.
That's a nice quality for $10. I done already queued up my next one. I'm gonna order.
All right. Oh, well, you found a little person who did it or some website or something?
No, it's on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna shoot you the link.
Speaking of shit, damn. Well, speaking of post production, you said put that in there. Nigga, the last shit we just did, people don't know. This nigga was talking about how he got off with a probation.
Yeah.
And he also had when he had the probation papers in his hand, he also had a car battery. That picture, you gotta go find that and put that in when you describing the picture. That gotta be on the screen or something, or you gotta find that picture, put it on a page or something so people can see what that look like.
What I do is I make a little clip and put the picture with the clip.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that was a Spotify. You know,
Right.
You know
what I'm saying? You gotta find a way to get that so people can relate that.
And you say you want to see this shit. That's that.
You know, people should be. They gotta see this to know it's real. Just so nobody think that we just trying to. Gas shit up.
Oh no, we ain't gassing up nothing. That shit was 100% real. I'm telling you, I was grabbing my crotch, had the little laugh on, showed the little packs, like boop, 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 boop.
Those are MySpace days, man.
Yeah.
Those were my early MySpace, Facebook days.
Nowadays, I'm built like a baked pretzel. So.
I thought you were about to say a bank manager. Niggas said, built like he sit around all day.
Yeah, nigga, that's what happened. Nigga, I swear to God, man. I went up to my last doctor's appointment, and my shit said 227. I said, where the fuck did I gain 20 pounds? Where them bitches at?
Everywhere you ain't looking, nigga, apparently.
Shit. Now I look at myself different in the mirror. Like, look at you. You're getting out of control.
You're getting out of control.
You need to do something about yourself.
Niggas, shit, man.
As soon as you get that bottom flab on that arm.
Oh no! See, that's one of the things you can't really come back from. Some people only get a rare occasion to be able to even escape that part of their life. As a big person who get thin, some people gotta get surgery just to get rid of that flab. So
that's the first
that is a very careful thing. Shit, fuck with Planet Fitness, nigga. They make sure you're reminded that you got some shit to do, nigga. They took a smooth 10 with a 10 plan. I got one of them plans. I think it was $10 straight off my shit in my sleep. I was like, what goes? Who was PF?
Oh, you ain't been working out.
I don't fuck with little baby and them. Who is these niggas taking money off my shit? Who the fuck is little PF taking my shit off my shit?
Man.
Off my damn car is Planet Fitness. I forgot. I didn't subscribe.
They was like, oh, you forgot about your physical finances. Like, that's what we was taking.
Because I had them, and then I guess, I don't know, I blew the money on the card that I was using for the Planet Fitness, and it ain't you know what I'm saying, it declined, I guess. And then I put some more money on that same card, and they took that shit right off. I forgot to, like, cancel it or something, because I ain't been up there no more.
I need to go talk to one of the people at the gyms, though, because I need to find out, is it a way for me to work out and stay fit? Well, get fit first.
To get fit first.
And then stay fit without it fucking my leg up. Because, you know, I can only lift so much. I can only move so many kinds of degrees.
So I got a question for you before you ask them a question.
Okay.
They might tell you something or ask you something to make you feel like a little stupid or like clueless. Ain't you ever seen niggas with no legs be built, swole, and ripped? Ain't you seen the niggas in the wheelchairs be cocky? They got their own leagues, basketball leagues. There's a way for a nigga to work out if his bottom half don't work. Yeah. If your top half don't work, you probably fucked. But your bottom half, you can work out a lot of your upper half shit, and some of that upper half shit might take care of some of the bottom half shit.
Yeah, but you know, the thing, now, okay, of course, standing and lifting is out of the question.
Well, that makes sense if you say leg.
But, like, even, like, laying on a weight bench. You know how you got to lay on there, you got your feet planted, and, you know, you back on there, even that hurts.
Right.
So you
might be talking about just pressure on the spine, period. And that's going to be when it comes
It's not the spine, it's the hip. That's where the pressure and the pain
hip
is
bone
at.
connected to your spine bone.
Yeah.
Last I checked in the lyrics, so shit, it's going to put some pressure. You put 200 more pounds on your 200 more pounds.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Now that I think about you, 100% right. Because on the worst days, when that leg and that hip is fucked up,
right.
Ooh, that lower back, nigga, I can feel the knot in that bitch.
That's what I'm saying. That's all connected shit. So if you really all your shit got to be shit where you can only move your arms or where you got like you can lay on your stomach and do it or something like that, where your legs and body out of the predicament. Like say if you had this machine where you sitting down and like one of these, I forgot what the fuck it's called.
I know what you're talking about.
Could you do one of them? Cause you ain't really like putting no pressure on your back or like
that's just all.
It ain't weight on top of you type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's actually just muscles that you're using. It might be. I seen a fucking hip machine in there. Motherfucker, they're twisting their hip.
Nigga.
I'm like, damn, she twisting that shit. That's how y'all be getting them little hips, huh?
Nigga, you
She in
said
there.
that the first thought was, nigga, I
She
get
in there.
that bitch. That was like, twisted. I get to holler. Turn it off.
Nigga, you twist yourself. They ain't gonna twist you. That would
Well,
be terrible if they twisted your own hips.
Yeah. And then,
Niggas would be broke.
I do remember the one thing though. I don't necessarily know like the formality of how it works, but it'd be that little that big belly strap, and it just be like shaking.
Or that's probably like a belly fat, slimmer down type machine or something. That's the only thing I can think that could be doing. It probably work like a shake weight or something. It's like using the vibration somehow to burn fat. Because I don't really understand how a shake weight work in a way, but I do. Like something like that, it's vibrating the muscles, and that's what's strengthening. It's like working out, but in a very small section of the body. Mm-hmm. So that's how that shit work. But I want to work out more. But that's something that actually might be beneficial for you though, cause shake weights and shit, you ain't gotta do shit with that. You can niggas be just holding them.
Yeah,
arm be working out. It look lazy, but it seemed to be working, or the commercials at least made it seem like it was. Cause I ain't say I know no niggas personally with it.
Yeah, cause
I don't know no niggas who personally would just, if they didn't have to, gonna just have something in their hand and shake by itself.
Yeah, cause man, I hate to sound like a bad bitch, but all those fails, nigga, I'm going to Dr. Miami.
Miami.
Bullshit.
Not the fake. No, that's real though. I seen it. Nigga getting fake muscles.
No, I ain't doing all that.
Somebody was saying there's a very well known like actor nigga, and he got the fake muscles. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Then you start thinking about it. I ain't gonna put no shit. This ain't no gossip gal shit. I'm just saying, as a man, they gonna take a lot from you. All you really got is a few things. Your hair. What?
That statement right there, it helps us get into that next transition though. Cause you said you had some reports. This was an emergency episode. Yeah, you said you had some news reports. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the news don't start off in the beginning of the day in my book. I think the news shouldn't come on to about 2 p.m.
All right.
Let people wake up. Let me eat before you tell me that 30 niggas died at church. I'm just saying. You feel me? You should give niggas a little time to wake the fuck up.
All right.
So look, it's a viral picture that went around on the internet. I'm gonna get to this first. Let's let you see that just in case you haven't seen that picture before. It's a viral picture. It looks like a southern background. There's like a grandfather, presumably got long locks.
You know, feeding
he was with about 5, 6 children on the picture.
3, 6, 7.
7 children. They all probably his grandkids. The boys probably shirtless. And the last I remember, the girls and boys, they had shoes off. So it's probably the South. It's probably hot. And people is going around. Some motherfuckers is saying that I don't like how when people bring up what the narrative is gonna be without nobody said it yet. Like a black person. All right. Like a black person would say, I bet they call us monkeys for this.
No, that just look like, you know what I'm saying?
But look, if ain't no white person saying that, why you bring up the narrative? That's what fuck with me.
Right.
Like you brought it up.
Right.
With nobody in here speaking of it, but your ass said.
Because that's a wholesome picture.
That's like the one nigga who like, but what about the black on black crime? We should just stomp you out. And then you can talk about black on black crime. Because now we just committed a crime on you. Now
you were proud of.
They ask us after the black on black crime has happened to you.
Yeah, like, well, why y'all stump me out?
And then make sure none of us go to jail for it, because that's what we talking about.
Yeah.
So stop saying stupid shit about black on black crime.
Don't even call the police. Take that whooping.
But back to my point. The prejudice about people eating watermelons is really an American thing. It's an American ideal. And I was actually watching this docu-series, I guess you could say. It's called Exterminate All the Brutes. I can get a little bit more into that after this, but I want to get just to this picture and shit. Because there's no reason for us to feel ashamed when we want to eat watermelon.
Yeah.
Watermelon
the
is literally...
shit I said about a watermelon was when that white woman put that chicken in it and then put that bitch in the oven.
That's just ridiculous.
You just fucked up 2 beautiful things. You could have just baked that chicken and ate your watermelon while it was baking.
That just made my stomach turn. Anyway.
Go for it.
So I'm just saying, watermelon is literally one of the best fruits. They won't tell you that though. Watermelon is literally one of the best fruits. Like as the amount of things that's in it. Just the fact that it's so damn watery, juicy, You feel me? So look, the fact that motherfuckers don't know watermelon is a berry.
See?
Oddly enough.
Talk to these people.
Oddly enough, watermelon is a berry. And the first time you're going to find that watermelon was grown on purpose, cultivated, was in Egypt. Kemet, if you was a reader like me. It's on the walls, probably still on the walls, actually. Like, you can see it depicted that they gave watermelons to the pharaoh's temple for them to be such, just fulfilled in the afterlife. So it showed that even on a deeper meaning that they felt something about watermelons.
Yeah.
And it's multiple types of watermelon. If you feel like watermelon nasty, but they didn't used to be nasty, I found out that it's been some switchings going on. There's multiple types of watermelons.
I've never heard somebody say a watermelon was nasty.
This is some new shit that I didn't used to hear nobody say that, but in the last few years I've heard people as adults say now that watermelon is nasty, it don't taste like it used to. I've eaten a watermelon and I know for a fact that watermelon was my top tier fruits I ever ate. And now I eat it and I be like, I can actually, it be tasting like kind of bland or something. Like, this the Gmo melon.
Okay.
This Gmo melon.
Yeah.
I don't want no Gmo melon.
Yeah. We talking about watermelons before the seedless came about.
Right.
Those watermelons.
Exactly.
That's when you get the sweet ones.
And really, they say you can chew the seeds. We told you that this shit's all nature. You ain't supposed to. But you could chew the black and the white seeds.
Let me tell you
if your teeth strong enough.
Let me tell you something.
And your throat won't choke.
Early 90s, I want to say. I just throw out 92, 93. And he's about 6, 7 years old. Granddad gave me watermelon, right?
Okay.
Boom.
Yes.
I'm eating it.
Granddad, Mr. Dixon, he definitely had the watermelon for you.
I'm eating it, right? Mess around, swallow the seed. I get scared. Tell her, hey, I swallowed one of these seeds. He go, oh no, them good for you.
Them good for you.
You ain't gotta spit them seeds out. Swallow them seeds. Ain't no watermelon tree gonna grow in your stomach. Cause that was the first thing I went to. I just planted a seed in my stomach. Now I'm turning into a watermelon.
That's that damn Jack and the Beanstalk that tricked our minds.
No, he like, no, swallow them seeds. They good for you. Oh, okay, cool.
He said, okay, cool.
I wasn't the type to bite a watermelon. I swallow them seeds.
I've done it a few. Oh shit. Okay. I've done it a few times personally.
Yeah.
The white ones was much too easier to chew, so I chewed them. But the black ones, it ain't harmful.
If you feel like swallowing.
Me personally, my gag reflex work out. I'm gonna throw up if I keep trying to swallow. I can't keep trying to swallow these seeds. It's not working. I just wanted to put that up.
But yeah,
for
watermelon, man.
For people who just feel ashamed, even when you around us white people, eat your watermelon, man. It ain't our fault that these motherfuckers don't know what's on the planet and they want to make fun of all the best shit on the planet.
And it's crazy because like watermelon,
we got the best shit and they make fun of it.
Watermelon is one of the most loved fruits, you ask me. Like, but next to like pineapples and apples and oranges, whatever. But watermelon is up there. You know what I'm saying?
As far as who though? You said black people or in general?
Just in general.
I feel like that's probably true, and it probably was truer before the stigma. I feel like a lot of white people probably stopped eating watermelon so they wouldn't be related to the Negro prejudice of Negroes like watermelon. Well, stereotype that Negroes like watermelon. Because if you pay attention to the Jim Crow era, they would just keep putting watermelons on niggas.
Yeah.
The movies, posters, all that.
Them the main motherfuckers going to buy them bitches up. But that's the welfare fucking type of situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the craziest part though is the fact that watermelons is up there when you're talking to fruits, but when you're talking just like flavored items in general,
for taste and nutrition, it's up
watermelons is like, when I say like a clear fruit or a candy, watermelon flavor ain't the go-to, but the actual fruit is. It's more of like people go with more like cherry flavored stuff.
Well, okay, I would debate.
But cherries is gross, like as a fruit.
No, chewing the cherry is not for me. It's actually not great as a fruit. Cherry flavor stuff, you may be right, but when they put kiwi with watermelon, I don't see nobody turn that down. So that's why I would debate on that point. Maybe watermelon tastes just a little bit too strong, too sweet for some people in a flavored form. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a real fruit though. It ain't watermelon fault that you ain't used to the real fruit.
Yeah. See, like watermelon Laffy Taffies, they used to be the shit, especially when you get that long one and it had a little black candy seeds on it.
Shit, if you eat watermelon,
yeah,
Laffy Taffy.
That was the shit. The motherfucking the watermelon Jolly Ranchers was the shit. I didn't really dabble with the watermelon Arizonas though.
I did.
I didn't really dabble with those.
I'm trying watermelon just about anything if I see it. I'm like,
You kind of linked out of the shot.
Oh shit, my bad, y'all. Y'all see me? Yeah, I really try watermelon almost anything. First time if it look good, shit. Oh, quickly on this shit because I ain't gonna be on it too long. If people are into documentaries, history type. If you into documentaries, a docuseries by Raoul Peck. Yeah, Raoul Peck. It's called Exterminate All the Brutes. It's a history-based type documentary. It goes over all types of shit. It's only 4 parts to it. If you entered it in any of that shit,
Where can you find it?
You can find it. Well, shit, I found it on a couple of apps on the Fire Stick, but you can find it on Hulu. It is by the HBO market though, so you might have to have the HBO package with Hulu.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, unless you maybe if it's on the it's probably on the HBO app.
Shit, I got a little app I can pull documentaries up on. I'm gonna have to check that shit out, man.
And
I gotta
they
get
went
into
over
more of those.
Huh?
I gotta get into more documentaries.
Oh yeah, I be getting into them. This one was done pretty damn well. I've heard some people say they wish there was more of it. You know what I'm saying? They go over from the fact that how they go over when race became a factor in certain shit and how the church used race with guns to take over shit and how the gun changed everything on the planet and all that shit. They go deep into all types of shit. How the native listen, watch the shit. You come back, tell me something about it because I talk about it with you.
Yeah, most definitely. Cause the gun changed a lot of things.
And people don't think that we had any guns. We just didn't have the goodest guns as them.
Yeah, the guns they changed a lot. Like they had just as big as impact as the drug trade. But the guns they changed a lot. And
man,
I mean, shit. Anything you watch that's like that rides like that borderline, like on Hip Hop Uncovered. They show you like before and after the guns hit LA type shit. But if you want to get into more of like a movie that was shot really well during that borderline, Gangs of New York. They did really good with showing you before the guns and then towards the end of this too, you know, because I had the DVDs.
Right,
towards the end of this too, while they're having this big war where there's no guns involved, all of a sudden cannons and now people are shooting.
Right, and that was a big thing in the documentary about how cannon, that long distance warfare, how that was seen. Like it was somehow just how you was somehow being destroyed by this force. It gave like validity to this invincible white man.
Yeah.
Even though we know that he's just a person, just back then how the motherfucker could take you out and capture your
They need to
area.
find a new way of control because they felt like they was losing control. Because in Gangs of New York, if you're not really paying attention to certain things, you would think that they was in like Italy or something. When really they was in New York the whole time. Just by like the area that they covered. It was more of like, you know, that kind of area.
Yeah, I seen it.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it's a little long. It
is very long.
But yeah, it do tell a lot. Shit, I like how Snowfall describes how drugs was brought into the community with the CIA. It's describe how guns start becoming a factor. You know, shit, it going into drive-bys. It's not a documentary. It's a show though.
Yeah, I've only seen one episode of it, but it was a good episode.
Yeah,
like if anybody asks me, like, hey man, I'm trying to start 2 shows, which actually happened. Like I'm about to start these 2 shows. It was one show I can't even remember the name of it, and the other one was Snowfall. I said start Snowfall. Like even I recommended it. All I seen was the one episode. And I barely even remember it, just because of the simple fact of I didn't want to, because I want to go back and watch it from the beginning.
Right.
And not be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm waiting on this certain episode. So it's like, oh, yeah, now I know what's going on. Like, no. I want to go back in that thing with a clear mind.
If anybody was wondering why I'm wearing this leather coat, it's 90s. It was a 90s party today. You know, so got the leather on, you feel me? Got the little the woods, you know.
Take them back.
You know, just a little blast into the past.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and you know, from the past, we go into the future. And the future is looking very mechanical.
Oh, hey, now this is the first time recording a video in a long time. I just want to give a round of applause. I'm glad you're here. This nigga's back in the motherfucking saddle with So You Want to Talk motherfucking records. You hoes thought he was down, but he ain't pimped down, baby. I ain't gonna get into all that. But I do got a question, man. Because I didn't get a chance to ask you about it. We never did kick it about it. How you feel about that certificate, man? You feel like it was well done? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I dropped your boy off to you. You know what I mean? Like, Keon cherished that bitch like a GED.
Yeah, I got it. I got it put up. I do fuck with it, man. I got where people can see it and shit. I be like, yeah, you see the little plaque and shit. You know what I'm saying? I be telling motherfuckers, look at that shit. Like,
I passed up.
It means something because we all out here
trying
to do the same thing. We on the same mission. So,
and the only reason I still got them two is them for the two people I haven't caught up with yet. You know what I'm saying? They be on the move. But that day I had printed out and made me and her. You know what I'm saying? We printed out and made 17, 18 of them.
Has people ever even seen these plaques that we talking about?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. 17, 18 of them. I didn't even realize I needed that many. Like, damn, it's been that many people in and out this motherfucker.
You was getting that many made.
Hey, and every single last one of them was accounted for.
Okay.
Every single last one of them. And I made sure I kept one plaster on the wall.
You talking about everybody who been on the show?
Yeah. Yep. And it don't even seem like it's been that many people on the show. It seems like it's been like the regular rotation.
Probably one you missed then. If that's the case. That special guest came with me.
That's the only person. But you know that was a special guest, so he'd get the boy off the wall, huh? My bad, brother.
We gotta link up, J-Lo. We on you, man.
We on bumpers.
J-Lo gonna be on here soon. So, like I was saying though, the future is looking mechanical. Man, do you know? Let me start like.
Okay.
Because you don't even know that.
Why you searching?
No,
why you searching?
No
I got one for you.
I'm already on it. I'm already on it though.
The Dominoes?
No, man. Look at me. You go after me.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go. You go, and then I'm gonna go again. Cause this company, I don't know what they up to, but I feel like if this was a movie in the future, they'd be like, yeah, Boston Dynamics, they were something and doing this and that. These, you know, the Boston Dynamics company is?
No, I'm not familiar at all.
Now, Boston Dynamics, I'm not even sure they from Boston in America. They make automated things. I'm not sure what they specialize in or what's their main priority as a business. It might be taking over the world, though, from what I'm seeing. I don't know. Or at least funding to take over the world. Boston Dynamics, they the ones you probably seen. One of their videos have went viral. Well, at least two of them, actually. They both were these like mechanical dogs.
I know what you're talking about. The mechanical dog, because them came after the mechanical robot dudes that the Army was pushing around. We spoke about that.
I don't know. I'm not sure if Boston Dynamics made them. They might have them.
But yeah.
Okay, so you seen at least one or what?
Yes.
You seen both of them videos?
I've just seen.
You seen the small dog or the big dog?
I seen it was like a smaller dog, like a mid-sized dog.
Right.
Yeah,
they
like
had a big one
dog.
too. That motherfucker was like a big. It was on fours, but it was like big, like a hand damn near. It was fat. And the second one was smaller. That's the one you seen.
Yeah.
And then now they have a third named Spot. Now Spot has 4 legs. He's battery powered. Got 5 cams. He's got damn AI detection to detect if he walking and something is in his way. You know, I got some more stats on it.
It's something that like military grade government type use, right?
Well, it only go up to 3 miles per hour, but it's very stable. Like it can go through different terrains. It's like, you know, it can move dog like, but it also got a feature where it got this small like gate. Or like small, you know, gate it is. You got small gate where it's like damn near a stealth mode, but they ain't calling it a stealth mode. But they act like it's for gravel, it's walking on gravel. But that look like a stealth mode to me. Like it's walking on tiptoes. I seen a dog be sneaky.
Yeah.
You trying to trick me?
And and then with them only doing 3 miles an hour, that's how you know it's a prototype, because they're gonna slowly start building up like the more speeds.
The ones we talking about from like 7 years ago. So imagine
it's been that long.
Exactly.
So they've been tweaking on these. So
when you see this video, this new one, you can be like, "What the fuck?" Because this bitch got 5 cameras on it. Also, I didn't mention that it got a whole bunch of other shit going on. It's remote connected. Yeah, it's recently began to be used by the New York Police Department. They just used it recently during it was a breaking and entering.
A B&E, and you sending in a robotic dog.
From what they said, that the dog was successful in whatever it was supposed to do.
I'm sure it was.
Look, these dogs, they tried to knock it over, and like just like them robot men you talking about, it didn't knock over. And all that shit. It's probably weatherproof and all that too.
You know it is.
All I'm saying is, that's really strange that they making all these automated things. That there's automated like sea life and all that, you know.
See, and that's
there's more automated things. I when I was seeing this, there's more shit. There's like birds and all that, you know.
I'm sure, because they've been working on this for a while. Now, what I've seen, what I was going to bring up is more of on the domestic side, the more pedestrian side. In Texas, it's a Domino's, and what they use for their delivery service is a robotic car. No driver.
I heard about this.
And they talk. Oh, well, it's to keep the pizza fresher and hotter and stuff like that. But yeah, so now y'all having these remote cars that y'all can go do these deliveries on. That right there, just something that small shows you is something going on at a really higher level that they just ain't put out yet. That right there, that's just like a test subject.
Facts.
Let's get the people used to seeing like little stuff like that. That's all, you know, power from, well, I don't know. That has nothing to do with Tesla, but Tesla been doing all of this stuff with the whole self-driving shit for a while.
So I wonder what company made Domino's shit. They ain't got no damn lab scientists.
Right, and I didn't look into it, but from what I believe, it's only one Domino's that's using it. It's not like it's all over the place.
Probably a prototype.
And I've only seen the one car.
There's a reason why self-driving cars ain't already gone, because they had crashed into shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, is this car automated or is it really remote powered somehow?
That's a good question. See, and I should have read that article, but I seen it and I kept it moving. I was just like, oh shit, that's crazy. Kept it moving.
It is. But you know what's even wilder than that?
What's that?
I got even wilder shit to explain to you, and I don't even know how to. Because I also didn't read the article, but I didn't need to, because I knew I was going to have to tell people about this bullshit. France and China are developing biologically engineered soldiers. Report from the New York Post. 2 weeks after it was announced China was developing biologically enhanced super soldiers, France has joined the fray in creating Terminator troops that can be bred to kill, according to a new report. Last week, France gave the go-ahead for augmented soldiers, and some fear the super The Super Troopers could be the new norm in the recent future.
Sound like it.
Sound like some bullshit.
Sound like world domination.
The new species of augmented soldiers dubbed Homo robocupus could also have altered DNA to give them enhanced speed and strength as well as robotics. Due to DNA manipulation, future soldiers could also be immune to disease and feelings.
Yeah, because they're robots.
A recent report by the International Society for Military Ethics in Europe, obtained by the Sun, reveals a dystopic arena full of bionic men capable of fighting, in quotation marks, all the time. Now, however valid this is,
shit, this is the New York Times. If they pull out the wrong information, they get sued. So somebody been digging. And that shit right there. Oh yeah. We ain't seeing that over here until they're fully established over there and can really take our shit over. And then goes, okay, well now we'll give y'all something because y'all gonna fight with us. Either that or they like, you know what? All that money we lent y'all, it's time for y'all to start paying us back. And they gonna sit there. They gonna send them motherfuckers over here.
alright, so here is some of the tech in progress to create Homo robocupus, according to the Sun. Is the Sun valid? I'm trying to think of what the Sun is.
So they trying to use them as solar powered?
Well, no, I'm about to say some. I'm about to list some things. I was just wondering, is the Sun a valid spot of information? I don't remember what the Sun newspaper is, but I'm gonna just go here. Brain microchips. France has been given the all clear to develop microchips to enhance soldier brain power. Bionic eyes being developed in Hong Kong. This gives users infrared and night vision. Super hearing. The U.S.'s tactical communication and protective system are smart earbuds which boost soldiers' hearing to be near superhuman. Health implant. DARPA, the Pentagon's research arm, is developing cyborg implants to monitor combat efficiency.
You know what's coming right behind them? Stronger guns.
Oh man, the gun! It's guns that they already got the guns. The guns that they got that they don't show to people and sell to people, but they show some. If you watch the certain shit that they put out, you can see these guns. But man, it's three more. Enhanced limbs. A DEVCON report reveals plans to equip soldiers with enhanced limbs for increased strength. Exoskeleton legs. The U.S. Army has tested an exoskeleton which can be attached to soldiers' legs and can increase their productivity by up to 27 times. Synthetic blood. Respirocyte is a theoretical red blood cell that could help soldiers not get out of breath and stay underwater for hours.
Come on now. They are making Terminators.
That's what that sound like.
They are making fucking Terminators. Like they didn't see the movie.
Like they ain't see a lot of movies.
Like,
There's a lot of movies about the same.
After a while, you're going to have
shit.
that motherfucker that's going to put too much AI into them where they're going to start building their own super soldiers. And they ain't going as soon as you see all the movies, the robots stop listening to niggas at one point in time.
Facts.
In every single one of them.
Eventually. Because that's just how technology is. It keep advancing.
Because the robot...
You really can't stop it at a certain point.
The first thing the robots notice is people was flawed.
You know you can't stop technology advancing because it be like shit like Google and different AIs that just be going wacky. Like if some people that might not remember the reports, but some shit that we trust every day, it has went wacky as it goes as an AI who's just supposed to do a certain service.
Yeah.
It's just something to pay attention to, because
then,
when you start talking about cars that got cruise control and getting to cars that drive you yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then you got these hackers. Not them little bullshit ass movie hackers. You got those real life fucking hackers.
Oh, they out there. It is.
Some of them, they get fed from the inside of the company and use that information against the product that this company is putting out. What makes them think that that's gonna change? And all it's gonna take is a few hackers to like really fuck up one of them robots to where the motherfucker's AWOL, and now you need to figure out how to stop this motherfucker. And you done made this unstoppable machine.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't disable this kill switch on you. You didn't even know it.
Damn shame.
Yeah, these motherfuckers ain't learned shit.
They just trying to push it forward at this point. They wanted to happen at this point.
Yeah, you should have stuck with making the flying cars every boy's fantasy. You know what I mean?
Flying cars, man. They ain't trying to have
not no fucking super soldiers.
Motherfuckers can't stop crashing on Earth. The motherfuckers can't stop crashing into shit on Earth.
Nigga.
So they're not about to put you in the sky so you can crash into shit and people and
think about this.
Animals.
If it get as high as fucking the Jetsons, when a car accident happen and one of them fucking flying cars go down, people gonna be like, hey, who was that? Nigga, no trace of them.
It's car explosions all the time. Everything is an explosion at that point.
Only thing that should have stopped is drive-bys, cause nigga, you're so high up, you ain't rolling your window down to shoot at nothing. But there's gonna be some guns on them cars, cause the police and the government is gonna feel like, well, we need to bring these guns up here with us.
Well, to begin, for them to have flying cars, I think they would have to have a technology where their cars literally could not bump into each other. They had some type of reverse magneticism to where the cars even get too close to each other, they push away.
Or the tubing system.
Yeah, there had to be some alien shit.
Yeah, either that or the tubing system that you always see.
Well, that tubing shit ain't really flying cars at that point, though.
No, it was just
the
pods. Those would be pods.
Tunnels.
Yeah,
it's tunnels. Traps.
You put these pods in this tunnel. That bitch shoot you up right there. But shit, nigga, too many motherfuckers will be on the road and be like, oh shit, I gotta go somewhere else. Like, nigga, what if that tunnel is on a straight shot? Then you gotta go in, you gotta go through a whole nother pod.
That's what I'm saying. Then there gotta be a bunch of tunnels in the sky.
Woo!
Cause you gotta go left, you gotta go right, you gotta stop, you gotta turn left, you gotta turn, you gotta have a middle lane some places.
All that shit.
You gotta have like space in the sky.
And you gotta stop niggas from throwing up in them bitches.
Think about that. You can't really have flying cars basically in a lot of cities at that point because you have big buildings.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do with all these buildings? You gonna fly around these bitches? Or what?
Oh, niggas are smacking them bitches. Niggas are smacking them bitches.
It'd be pretty damn expensive to even get the protection for flying cars to even build to have flying cars available. I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if we gonna see that unless we like.
I don't know.
I mean, shit. If niggas dap up with some aliens or something like shit, y'all wanna help us build some shit or what? Or maybe niggas already is and it's slowly happening. I don't know.
Mm-mm. I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I think it's gonna always be.
It could never happen, or it could eventually happen on some Star Wars shit. Like eventually just start lifting the wheels up, you know what I'm saying? Projecting off the ground type shit.
Yeah.
Low though. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not in the
3
sky.
feet.
You know what I'm saying?
3 feet no
That's
check.
the type of flying.
3 feet no check all day long. Them traffic jams would be a goddamn pain in the ass.
Pain in the ass and the damn body. Your ass. You'll get dizzy, nigga. You'll be faint. Whoa,
right, you still and that's the other thing. If them bitches ain't self-driving, niggas is dozing off.
Man, who ain't scared of the damn heights? I don't know. A lot of people ain't gonna be driving like that.
Oh yeah, and then it ain't never gonna. That means it will never be such thing as a bucket. Cause you know you got motherfuckers driving with no power steering. You can't do that in no hovercraft. You got motherfuckers driving, their suspensions is all fucked up.
At that point, it gotta be a hover, or it gotta be some type of rocket type.
Yeah,
it gotta be like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to fly and maneuver like a car. Still, that it gotta be what we would consider alien technology at that point, man. Mm-hmm. Man, but we don't know what the fuck we doing with the technology we got. Speaking of that.
The only way where you can smoothly, you still wouldn't be smoothly. I was gonna say, like, you put magnetic strips on all the streets that the cars will constantly be, you know, forced against, that give it that hover for you to move, but still wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, just on a regular day, you ain't high, drunk, or nothing. You done swerved off a little bit. Swerve off that middle strip.
So you're saying hovering, but over magnetic rails.
Right, and that shit still wouldn't be smooth because you gotta ride the rail.
Well, then no, it will force you to, I guess. But how would you see parking and shit? It started getting difficult because then you gotta have rails every damn where, because you gotta park in some places and parking is legal and in a lot of places. Then they gonna start restricting where you can park at.
Exactly.
It had to start changing a lot.
Yeah, and then you gonna have the dummies who they didn't put the rails. So say like, as far as parking goes, it'd be like rails that's in the street, and then you got rails on the side for you to just like shift over into that rail. You had the dummies that built it. Some of them didn't put enough space in between two rails. Now one car is parked on top of the other.
It wouldn't be no room for the mistakes when it comes to all that shit. No room for mistakes when it comes to that.
None. Lives in danger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I was saying, speaking of how we don't know what the fuck we're doing already with technology, you know, a lot of people is getting vaccinated. Hey, it's a whole thing. Some people is hoorah for it, you know. Some people is very against it. Some people is ipso facto maybe gonna get
riding the fence.
Yeah,
it go either way.
And maybe gonna get it, maybe not gonna get it riding the fence. And I don't know how many ways.
Johnson fucked up though.
Yeah, Johnson vaccine is what I'm talking about. You know, they got because they got a recall apparently. But the CDC recommends that they stop giving motherfuckers this vaccine because it is giving people blood clots. And well, if people might know, blood clots can be deadly.
Yeah, you got those. Then you got the millions of vaccines that they threw out because they mixed them wrong. Yeah, that's the niggas overworked. Lunch break or after lunch break, niggas don't want to do shit. You see how bad some of these cars is built.
No fucking way. They got motherfuckers out here taking something. I seen the motherfucker. People are taking this shit and finding out like, damn, what's gonna happen to me? Because they done released some shit that really wasn't ready, that a lot of people knew wasn't ready, that a lot of people know wasn't ready. Yeah, when I say a lot of people knew wasn't ready, I'm talking about the people who took it. And I say a lot of people know it wasn't ready, I'm talking about people who ain't took it, who might have thought about taking it. They probably definitely not taking it now though.
Yeah. See, I still would not take it, but my thing was from the beginning. I just want to see how the first wave go. That's it. And yeah, you gotta expect some fuck ups. Okay, cool. It's the first wave. Now that basically gave them a foundation to work upon. So they got their wave that was like basically what they thought was good, successful.
The first wave will probably be who first people that let it take it though. That's technically the first wave, right?
I mean, yeah, I was just like speaking amongst like.
And that would be the elderly. They let the elderly take it first. That would be the first wave, right?
Yeah, and okay, so if count that, so then that means like that first wave, I guess you might as well say went off smooth. So what wave would be this where the fuck up happened? Would that be like the second or the third? Well, I guess the third wave would be once the children.
The third was everybody. The second I think was children and elderly in the first wave probably. That makes sense, but
yeah, but either way it go, I wanted to see because like we still in the first year of it. So I just basically wanted to see how people react to it. What kind of stuff does it do to the people who's taking it?
Right.
You know,
I have seen some terrible things that happen to people who taken some vaccines.
Yeah,
I've seen some people be stroked out.
Yeah, and then like,
it looked terrible. You know, some people have died from taking certain vaccines.
Yeah, and then we can't always highlight the negatives on it too. Like, there's also people who is still just live and kicking and moving on. Like, yeah, they took it and got a little sick, and then after that, like, as far as right now goes, because we haven't been getting it, giving it out for that long. Mm-hmm. So you do still have people, but it's like, well, what happens in that next year? Because I think it only lasts like 6 months, 10 months, or something like that.
With the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, they saying that it might have to be annual.
Yeah, annual,
so
yearly.
That's
thing,
probably
like
gonna be
shot.
The same for most of them. And I remember them saying that before any vaccines was started getting distributed to the people. Yeah. It was about like I don't know what all it was. But I heard somebody saying like whatever vaccine that does arise. It's probably going to have to be something that you have to take over. And with us being like the first generation of it and stuff like that, yeah. And then it's like once it hit, I would say about a decade down the line, then you'll start to get the people like how we got the flu shot now. Like whereas people like, nah, I ain't taking it, and then so they still be straight. But as far as like right now, it's more of a trial and error. Take that 50-50 chance if you want to, or don't, and see how it plays out. Because if the virus don't keep getting stronger, like if it hit a certain point where it goes stagnant, and it's like, okay, well this is the worst it's gonna get, then it might end up being just like how it is now, where like you sick for a couple weeks and then you straight, if your body can maintain it. Well, yeah,
but some people ain't sick for a couple weeks. Some people are sick for months on end.
Right. That's just what I was saying before. Like, what we have with it so far right now is some people have been okay, but earlier on, some people have not. And then it's just important to highlight that they are still in the process, even at this point, of making these vaccines work. Now, I don't know about the other ones, but as we see the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it's not holding up the part. I don't remember what the other vaccines were, but I do know one of the other ones, they were not like Johnson & Johnson, and they were having people, fucked up after taking this vaccine.
Another thing, to still tap on the COVID thing, some of these people aren't getting back some of their senses, one of their 6 senses or whatever, 5 senses, and they don't really even know how long like that will go. You get what I mean? Like, okay, right. say you get it and like, okay, this isn't something that happens with it, but I'm just using this as an example. So what I'm saying, don't get confused in what I'm saying. So say you lost your touch from COVID, right? Like I said, that's nothing that happens. But say you lost your touch from COVID, right?
Right.
And it goes, well, in 2 weeks you should have it back, and then 4 months go past and you still ain't got it. Then it's like, well, we really don't know when you'll get it back. Okay.
Because it's practice, right? Yeah,
and one of the more factual, more realistic things that goes on with COVID is, so you catch it. When you catch it, the virus is live, right? They say after 2 weeks, the virus is dead. But if you go and still get the more thorough test where they take it to the lab, it's still gonna come back positive because you still have those dead virus cells in your body. My question to that is, it may be something you might want to look up. How long is those dead cells in your body? Because I've heard about it from, like, the urgent care and the doctors and stuff, but I've never heard them not once say, well, yeah, you still gonna have that dead virus in you, but after X amount of time, your system is gonna flush it all out.
It's all risky,
But I do know it does flush it out, just off the simple fact of you can catch it twice. But for all I know, that catching it twice could be just those dead virus cells reactivated.
What you talking about catching it twice?
Like you can catch COVID twice. Like you can have it, and then like I want to say 6 to 8 months later you can get it again.
Oh, well, see, remember they were saying that wasn't possible.
Yeah, they was. But at the same time, when it first dropped, they said it was a white man disease, and them black people couldn't get it.
That wasn't nobody on.
That was just some bullshit on the internet.
Nobody official saying
that.
No,
that was just some bullshit on the internet. And niggas ran with it.
But what they were saying was, oh damn, I just lost my train of thought. You hit me with the white man shit.
Yeah, the funniest thing I heard, hopefully it don't knock you off, but they called it the white man sickle cell.
Oh wow! Damn, what was you just saying though?
I'm talking about the dead virus inside your body, and they have really no time frame of how long it's in there.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just so wild. It's risky. It was. Oh man, I mean, shit. I actually do remember somebody getting COVID after taking a vaccine as well. It's like weird shit be just happening. And I just think people should just be aware of which things you put in your body. Mm-hmm. They ain't gonna really tell you what the fuck is in the vaccine,
Yeah. But I remember like right off the top they were saying just because you took the vaccine does not make you immune to it, that you can't catch it. Like you should still wear your mask and still take all the precautions. The vaccine is more of where it won't send you to the hospital, and it lessens the chance of death.
Right. I do remember that.
Like that's basically they're basically right now trying to contain it and try to gain some kind of control over it. But it's hard to do because one thing we've all learned living on this goddamn earth, being a human, is no one's a monolith. You can't control and get everybody on the exact same page. You're always going to have resistance. You're always going to have pushback. So that makes it even harder for them to try to gain control over this, because just like you say, and just like we seen when it first hit and they so-called shut the world down, that was still like a picking and choosing thing because people still had to survive.
Right.
All they did was give them a title. Basically just slapped them in the face, because it's up to those companies to give these people the extra benefits because they're coming to work and risking their lives every day. And most of the companies is like, no, I'm keeping that money. I'm not giving them nothing. They gonna still get this motherfucking $9.45 an hour. And they gonna take their ass home and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know how they even kept their workforce if they was on that type of
thing. Yeah, all they did was they said, oh, well, y'all essential workers. You work at the grocery store? Yeah, you an essential worker.
They probably got a little $2 extra. That's what most.
That's all up to the company. Cause I tell you one thing, her up in there, they ain't give a goddamn thing, but a couple more hours. I give you 2 more hours on your paycheck but you gonna work those hours. He ain't give them shit. But they took those government loans. They took that government money that they supposed to pass out.
So instead of 2 more dollars, they gave her 2 more hours. Ooh, there's some nigga shit there, boy.
Oh yeah, all they did was give Uncle Sam a couple more dollars.
That sound like welfare. Get your ass to work.
Get your ass to work. Get your motherfucking monkey ass to work.
Okay, so do you know who the Oath Keepers are?
Say that again. The who?
The Oath Keepers.
No. What's an Oath Keeper?
You know, some white supremacists back then. I mean, that's all I really gotta say, but I can see.
You say shit, supremacists.
I can tell you their motto is not on our watch. Okay, told you that, and then I told you that, and I'm gonna just tell you what this says on Wikipedia. Tell me if you believe it. Oath Keepers is an American far-right anti-government militia organization composed of current and former military, police, and first responders who pledge to fulfill the oath that all military and police take in order to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
So, on the pause tip, so, which one was the Oath Keeper when they did all that bullshit to that sergeant back in December? That pulled into that gas station that makes the shit out of them. Yeah, them cops lost their job, but...
Lieutenant?
Yeah.
No, Lieutenant, man.
Lieutenant. Which one was the Oath Keeper? He was in uniform, and they said, I don't give a fuck.
Well, look, it's interesting that you asked which one of the cops was an Oath Keeper, because 60 Minutes interview reveals the Oath Keepers militia are being trained by on-force law enforcement police officers. This is posted by Sean King. If people know who that who that guy is, yeah.
Nigga stole a video off my Twitter and posted it as his own, and then the bitch went viral.
Police themselves are training the white supremacist organizations, but I'm not surprised by that. Some people might not be surprised by that. My Uncle Bullet posted on this post by Sean King, "This is not a revelation." So apparently we have that in common.
You know that nigga when he hit that comment section, he hit that bitch.
Yeah, you know, this is just another example of how we face domestic terrorism where we live, because apparently if the police sworn to protect and serve, if you believe that, will train, it says train, Oath Keepers, who are people who are apparently outlaws. From what I read, that sounds like an outlaw. They anti-damn near everything.
Yeah.
What did it say? What the fuck did it say? Oh, far right, anti-government. I never even understand how you could be far right and anti-government. That sound like Confederate. That sound like that plus that equals I like the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like I'm a racist, but I don't fuck with the government, which is really bothersome to me. Because how did you come upon that?
And why isn't the Confederacy against the law?
Because the law said stop enslaving Negroes. Now, what the fuck is that? I thought we was on the same team. Stop enslaving the Negroes. Nah, we going to war about this.
They said, nah, we two different countries. We ain't living by that.
Even though some people would say they ain't going to war about that, because some say it's about money. But
and them slaves was like, yeah, y'all go ahead on. We gonna take real good care of y'all women's and y'all children and everybody y'all leave. Go ahead on. Hey, and then soon as they rode off on them horses, they waited about a good 45 minutes. When that house was like, yeah, you want a nigga hit now.
Nigga hit now. You want a nigga? Nigga hit now. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that to light, man, because it's not prevalent to everybody. I understand that the police this is nationwide, and probably if you would just put two and two together globally, the police are filled with gangs, and these gangs might be they might be filled with white supremacists, but they might not be all white. What I've learned that some of people have revealed across the nation that some of these gangs also have Latino officers and Asian officers in them. Mm-hmm. And black people, there are officers in these gangs that are, there's some that are allowed to be in there and that are,
I mean, the police in general.
They have tattoos. They are trying their best to kill you. That's what I want to tell black people.
Yeah,
That's
the
literally what
general,
that's what they live for. They got very war-based names like Vikings and all types of shit like this.
Oh yeah, there's different sets in there. There's different sets in there.
I mean, I hear California is bad with it.
And
if Cali got it bad.
And then if you notice, I know you probably remember these reports where one of the gangs was trying to be like a little bit more public with their whole gang in the police force. Mm-hmm. And they got caught multiple pictures, and there was multiple police officers in multiple different states throwing up that one sign.
Oh yeah, the white power sign.
Yeah,
that's when the white power sign
we went like viral. I think that was them testing the waters and trying to see, okay, well, because you see how quick it went away. They stopped doing it because they wanted to see, okay, well, if we can let this one out, if we can let this one gang out, and then you'll start seeing other officers with other different kind of signs coming out, because it's like, yeah, now we showing y'all our gang signs. Mm-hmm. And when they get to patrolling them streets and fucking with people, they'll start letting them know which police gang this is. Like, yeah, these was the Vikings right here that got you.
Right. These is the mongrels over here.
Right.
Even though they probably wouldn't go with mongrels. That's probably too.
But you know,
that's too ethnic.
Just throwing the name out there.
We the Nordics. We the North.
But you know, if it's ran by white people, it's not really that creative anyway.
No, it's gonna be white.
It's gonna be some bullshit.
They ain't gonna make a mistake of making nothing. But
they ain't gonna have no good ass name.
They ain't gonna make a mistake of making nothing.
Not no one where it's like, shit, I'm protected by the such and such. You know what I'm saying? From the whoopty whoops.
With the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the fuck
right,
they
start naming themselves after football teams and shit.
No, that's what the fuck they are. They fucking outlaws and Cowboys.
Well, yeah, man.
They've been deputized.
They
what we on?
I feel like 108.
Oh, okay.
All right. I feel like that they run their brotherhood off of fear. And like, not even just fear of black people, just fear of the public. Because I feel like they will go and be like, well, if you don't abide by the rules of the brotherhood, then when you out there in the field and you really need help and you in trouble and you being ambushed or whatever, who gonna come get you? You went against the brotherhood.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's when that thin blue line comes into part. And they would pretend that the thin blue line means that there is only a thin line between the danger in the streets and us who protect you, or some silly, goofy, lying-ass patriot propaganda-ass shit.
The perfect example.
That ain't the truth. The thin blue line means the Brotherhood of the Blue is on the flag. They literally saying that they are part of America's mission, because you know what that flag means. Mm-hmm. They're part of America's mission to keep down these ethnic peoples, keep everything in control, protect the property. That's what they protect. They protect the property they serve. They masters. I mean, they all work for somebody who work for somebody who work for somebody who work for somebody who work for somebody.
Yeah, that story I brought up earlier. Watching that video, like if you watch like the full video with like from both cameras, is a perfect example of that line, and it's a perfect example of that fear, because the one officer who did all the talking and all the yelling and shit, you know, he's on it. You know what I mean? He's in there. But if you notice that other officer, a few times he kept trying to say like, "Hey, chill out," or he would just sit quiet and not do nothing. Like, and then like,
wait, and what video you talking about?
With the sergeant, with the lieutenant.
Oh,
because remember, the lieutenant kept trying to get out the car, but he was too scared to put his hands on and take his seatbelt off. And that other cop that wasn't really saying nothing, that was really just trying to basically, like, this shit is out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
When he went to go in there to unbuckle my man's seatbelt so he can get out, my man from the Brotherhood goes, "Hey, don't reach in that car."
Right.
Don't reach in that car.
Right.
Hey, step back.
I'm
stand back.
waiting
stand
for
back.
my reason
to kill
to
this
unload
nigga.
This bitch into this
I don't
Negro.
give a fuck if he in uniform. I don't see that uniform. I see that black ass face.
That shit don't mean nothing. I don't even.
And that other cop.
I can't even. You niggas.
That other cop.
You niggas and niggas.
He was guilty by association because he didn't stand up for it. He knew that shit was wrong. He knew it was wrong.
But see, you ain't even got to be in the gang to be a part of that. That don't even speak against your fellow cop shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's why
the police themselves are the gang.
Yep. And he probably felt like, well, I didn't do none of that stuff. I tried to stay back and I was quiet about it, thinking I'm doing this to try to keep my job. Oh, you already fired with this nigga because it's y'all on this tape doing this shit.
Man.
Now, if you would have stopped that cop from getting so irate and getting all out of hand like that, then maybe it could have been a different story.
Nope, because
then the precinct would have turned their back on him.
It'd have been seen as a betrayal or some shit. Yep. You know,
he would have had to change states and work for a whole nother force.
And that's how it is when white people try and be allied with us, or even probably just speak on our behalf. At this point, shit, it's seen as a betrayal.
Yeah, they get shunned out.
Well, it's just the American way at this point, and it's not just America. If you really get into it, and I've seen it, it's in Sweden and whatever name.
Protect whiteness is what it is.
I mean, the white supremacy is global at this point. So people who, it ain't no escape for it. It's got to be a plan for it, but there ain't no way to just get away from it. It ain't. It's about everywhere you can think of, because it's affected the Asian countries.
I'm about to buy that nigga another one of those.
The countries that you would consider or call Middle Eastern, Mediterranean, whatever. It touched everywhere. And and a lot of these places been made a pact that exterminate all the brutes. That's how I would put that. That's the pact. Exterminate all the brutes.
And it's crazy because
rob the land.
It was a few weeks ago, right? Eleanor was talking to me about how she not gonna watch the trial or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I think that was a few weeks ago. Has it been a few weeks? It might have been, but anyways, so she was talking to me, and I couldn't stop thinking about, like, you mid-60s, right? You've seen this for decades. You've seen it and for the last 6 decades in different forms and fashions. Mm-hmm. Like, I can only imagine how much shit, like, not just, like, you didn't have to read about it because you was living it, bear witness.
Right.
And it's just like, man, this shit is, it's crazy. It's going to be a long time before we even get close. Because for a while, like, you kind of thought, like, okay, well, it simmered down.
What you saying?
Like, with all, like, the bullshit and the fucking, how the racist shit was going on. Like, you would think it kind of simmered down a little bit, but it got worse. It got heavier.
I don't know. I don't really get. I don't know. Maybe if I was too young to be in the part of the time where people thought that, but I don't really get looking back and finding what I'd have found and looking at what I'd have looked at because I just be getting into history how people even thought that. At the whole time that we've been here with them, I don't know if we was there first with them or after them or whatever, but the whole time we've been here with them, we been going through the same shit, and it ain't really been like a pause in the matter.
Yeah,
and
I mean, right. I want to retract that statement.
I mean, they installed shit that was going to continue to put us in bondage and keep us uneducated and hungry and deprived of nutrition, deprived of just the resources to survive. Yeah, and to be uncomfortable.
And the reason I'm going to retract that statement is off of the simple fact of, thinking back, the time that I'm thinking about, it was just not documented as much. Like, it was still happening.
I heard people say that. That's still all happening. It's just getting documented.
That's all. That's really it. That's really it. So it seemed like it's getting worse, but really no. Now it was being documented. Mm-hmm. Like, the only way to change that kind of history is to find that footage and wipe it from everywhere.
Some much footage is gonna be embedded in people's memories.
Exactly.
Ain't gonna be no way.
No way.
It's gonna take a Men in Black flash to get that shit out of the brains. Yeah, cause some people have seen people die on Facebook.
And the other thing that made me think about the whole documented thing was I thought about the times of where the camera phones wasn't popping like that, and shit. I was getting that fucking harassment by the police. Mm-hmm. I was getting that whole, well, we're gonna try to pin this on you and lock your ass up type of treatment.
Right.
Then think back even further. Watch Bull go through a couple of those. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And shit, that's just the couple I've seen. Not telling the couple that he encountered when he was away from the house. You know what I mean?
Right.
And shit, man. Like, Dearborn had that bad. They love to try to come over to Inkster and grab the first person they can as close as they can to Beach Daily. Mm-hmm. They had it bad. And you see that? What was that? That was, I'm gonna say that was like a few months ago when that sergeant got put on blast about that shit too and tried to clean that shit up.
About what now? What
about they arrest records within the black community or just like people in color in general, with the percentage between that arrest numbers against the white arrest numbers.
Right.
Yeah. And they tried to clean it up and then try to say, well, people, we just catching the people that's in our jurisdiction stealing and shit like that and doing all of this. And then they talk about how like the shootings is starting to become on the rise from over there, and it's because people coming from Inkster and stuff like that. And it's like, we know better. We not coming over to Dearborn doing nothing. We know better. We know how y'all get down.
That's lying. I'm just giving an excuse for why they doing what they love to do.
Yeah. Like anybody who's lived in Inkster for at least 6 months been warned, hey, keep your ass up out of Dearborn. Right. Don't fuck around in Westland.
Right.
You don't even have to necessarily live in Inkster to know that shit. That's like an unwritten rule.
People who out there who don't, Dearborn is the home of Henry Ford. I think Henry Ford was definitely a racist. Last I checked, and I believe he gave some money to some type of Nazi business. I'm gonna have to dig back into that. But I might have just seen that in the documentary I'm talking about, so it might be pretty factual because it was a picture of a white man. It might have been Henry Ford, and he was giving some money to some type of Nazi party. Because back then, a lot of A lot of white guys was real friendly with that idea because they was already, racist. They're like, yeah, you talking about extermination completely? That's what I can fuck. I can fuck with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, all right, I can fuck with that. I can fuck with that. What's this, a swastika? I don't know what that is, but I can fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Just grabbing shit. They ain't never even fucked with it. They never even seen it before. You gotta think about that because this is American-born people. Their father was from here, granddad is from here, and this motherfucker came on a boat, and you got a swastika in your house. That's some shit that happened in Germany and started in Germany.
Yeah. You can get in a lot of trouble in Germany for one of them bitches.
At this point. But I'm saying,
yeah.
But I'm saying the way that this swastika was at that point, how the fuck you get that? I mean, it's starting all over there. Even though it didn't originate in there, it originated somewhere in East Africa. I would say actually, it was like a
swastika.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't turned like how it was though. Now it was actually like upright how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? They just turned it because they crooked. So of course they would make some shit crooked.
Yeah, and they're not creative. We just gonna take that shit and we just gonna turn it a little bit.
Yeah.
They was thinking about copyrights way back then.
I don't know.
To add a little joke,
I don't know if it's copyrighted.
Little razzle dazzle into this serious conversation.
You can do anything with that little piece of shit sign that they got. They didn't another thing that they didn't perverted, you know. So you can't really even look at a regular swastika now because at a certain angle it's just gonna look like the one. As soon as you
see it, your eyes is gonna turn that bitch immediately.
No, but if you see it
upright, I'll still be looking like
you gonna right. You can be like
side eye that bitch.
You like right. You gonna turn your head because that's just a little familiar to you.
Yeah,
and that's probably the purpose of it to get you away from that aspect. Cause I believe the Hindu, some type of early Eastern spiritual or religious, I guess you would say, aspect was using that sign. It's like in the carvings of shit. Like it's shown in ancient things, so it predates any Germans because they wouldn't be around.
You know what? When you speak about the Egyptian stuff, like, yeah, because when I think about it, you know, some of those engravements that was in them stones and stuff with like the ladies walking and they have them with the what's the names, and then they had the other one behind them where it's like have that.
I didn't say Egyptian though. You said Egyptian. I didn't say that. I said Hindu, Eastern.
Oh.
He said,
maybe I'm tripping.
He said, maybe I'm tripping.
But I could have sworn you was talking about the Egyptian shit. But no,
I wasn't saying that was the symbol of it. No, I'm talking about it literally still look like what a swastika is. It's not like a different thing. It's just, you know, turned the right way. So it's like basically like a cross with like tail on each end.
Mm-hmm.
You look at it that way, I guess. If you don't want to look at it like a swastika, it's just a cross with some tails.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna check that documentary out though, man. That shit sound like it's full of, you know what I'm saying, full of some good brain food. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Something to sit back and kick it about, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's call this out. Let's call this one.
All right. Well, yeah, man. So, hey. We went there with y'all folks, man. We had to drop some of that shit. Don't think all this shit is just drinking and talking shit and just cussing and telling old wild crazy stories, man. We do pick at we do read. Well, he read. I read a little bit, not too much. But man, yeah, man, check us out, man. Keep it going, man.
There's plenty of shit that you can watch to gain knowledge. You ain't got to read everything, and you can listen to books at this point.
Yeah.
So you can
audio books is a thing, man.
And so, you know, exterminate all the brutes. Just to remind y'all. And also, shit, if you do like documentaries, I also watch the Hidden Colors series. That's by Tariq Nasheed.
That's with the Hoteps and shit.
I don't know.
That's what they call themselves.
I don't think they do.
It's like a whole little thing about Hoteps, man. Yeah, check it out.
I don't think they call themselves that.
Yeah, HOTAPE. I might be pronouncing it wrong.
You spelled it wrong, and I'm pretty sure smart people don't call themselves a hotep.
YouTube it.
That's what that. I don't know what a hotep mean. What the word hotep mean. That's what I'm letting you know.
All right, you got it. You got it. But yeah.
So yeah, what I'm saying about that is that right there. Yeah. 1801. It's about the Haitian Revolution. A lot of people don't know that Haiti had a revolution. Apparently, I just found that out. I don't know why, but
when we right before we close this out, I wanted to ask you though. Ain't it like 5 to 7 Hidden Color series?
Yeah, it's like 5 of them.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I knew it was a nice little handful of them. I knew it was about 5 to 7 of them. Cause I ain't never watched none of them, but I'm familiar with the documentaries. I've heard of them. Right. I've known a few people that watched them.
Oh yeah, I watched all of the Hidden Colors, and I watched that one I just said about the Haitian Revolution. They are good. They're supposed to have another one coming out called Buck Breaking, about demasculation, about shit like that. I guess you know what the breaking buck shit is, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's,
I ain't familiar with it, but we talk about it.
They raping black men or putting them in situations where they look less masculine, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
that's what buck breaking is, and that's probably what the movie's gonna be more centered about. That's supposed to be.
Is it gonna touch on?
Soon.
Is it gonna touch on like? Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe you're not.
It's probably gonna touch on certain agendas and shit like that.
And like how they went from how they used to do it like way back then, or is it gonna be like more of how? Because I've heard people talk about they didn't call it that, but how like. A lot of black dudes, they didn't get successful because they didn't put on a dress for a movie or a role or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. It's probably that's not new. That's not new news or nothing. So
no,
it might not. But it might be something like that in there.
I know it falls in the whole demasculation thing.
Right. So, so it probably is on that type of time.
Yeah, we won't see it till it come out though, huh?
No, it's actually supposed to be out soon. I don't remember when, but it's definitely supposed to be out soon. So y'all into documentaries, just another one that's supposed to be out. Whatever. I had something else to say, but I forgot it after that little shit.
All right, man.
Oh wait, yeah, I was gonna say that if you out there and you calling people hoteps, you are an anti-intellectual because that's not like a disrespectful term. Imhotep was a literal genius.
That's what it's about. Cause nobody ever broke it down. I just seen that shit a whole lot. And that's why I was curious. Like that's why I was like, yeah, that's what they call themselves.
No.
Okay.
I said it.
So it's about Imhotep.
That's what people call people. That's not what people call themselves. I don't think nobody called themselves a hotep. Seriously.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you cleared that up because you know what I'm saying. I was speaking from an ignorant point of view. You know what I mean? I didn't necessarily. That's why I said like, man, ain't that what they call them, like hoteps and shit? Because that's the phrase I've always heard. You know what I mean?
Probably because they've heard the person say hotep as a phrase.